My neighbor was literally stealing water from my house, so I flipped one valve and watched his pump and his wiring implode. Here's how I took revenge without ever stepping foot on his property. If you've ever dealt with entitled neighbors, hit like and subscribe. On this channel, we share real stories of petty injustices met with perfect payback. Don't miss the next one. Ring that bell now. I just bought a bargain fixer-upper in the heart of Asia's capital. The previous owners, old family friends, had fled the country mid-renovation, leaving the place unsecured for 3 years. No gate, a front door padlocked only with a rusty latch. I immediately installed a proper gate, but not before discovering someone else's bike parked in my garage. When the angry owner showed up, I simply ignored him. A quick no parking sign fixed most of that problem. But the real trouble began last week. The first time I noticed the water pressure in my shower dropping to a trickle. At the same moment, I heard the familiar hum of my next-door neighbor's pump cycling on. This wasn't coincidence. An old man in a 3-story rental, already bitter about my purchase, was likely siphoning water straight from my lines. Normally, the public supply here barely reaches a 3-story rooftop tank without mechanical help. His pump would kick on when the ball valve in his tank detected low water, run for a minute, refill the tank, then switch off. But lately, my readings told a different story. Every time his pump fired, my faucet starved, and when his pump cut off, my pressure returned. My water bills, though a mere $5 a month, even with 3 dogs, weekly car washes, and garden irrigation, had inexplicably climbed over the years. Leaks alone couldn't account for it. He was stealing. I sat on the knowledge for a few days. Confront him? Hire legal help? But in my country, water is so cheap that pursuing a lawsuit over a few extra liters felt absurd. No, it wasn't about the money. It was about principle. Entitled people who believe they deserve free access to others' resources. I decided I'd teach them a lesson the old-fashioned way. A subtle sabotage. One Monday night, I waited until his pump kicked on, its low hum cutting through the quiet, and simply shut off my water main. No break-ins, no law breaking on my part, just a twist of the main valve inside my gate. And then I watched. His pump, starved of supply, kept running, desperately trying to push non-existent water into his tank. Household pumps aren't built for continuous dry running, and at 3 a.m., I heard the snap of a fuse blowing and an abrupt silence. The next morning, hushed whispers and shouting echoed from his property. His tenants, unaware of any issue with me, found their power and water dead. They stormed out, slamming doors, demanding answers. Within 48 hours, both floors emptied. Their complaints to the police triggered an official inspection. Utility services classified as essential. Landlords legally obligated to maintain wiring and water supply. Faced with fines and tenant law penalties, some $500 in our local currency, substantial here, and forced to refund security deposits, the old man had no choice but to move in with his daughter. His pump and wiring lay in ruins. He'd underestimated the cost of stealing water from someone prepared to fight back. I never saw him firebomb my gate or retaliate. When he knocked the next afternoon asking if I'd turned off your water by mistake, I casually blamed a minor leak I'd be fixing tomorrow. The shock and relief on his face said it all. No lawyer, no public shaming, just one well-timed flick of my own valve. True revenge doesn't require violence or lawsuits. It can be as simple as leveraging your own rights. I reclaimed my water, protected my property, and reminded an entitled neighbor that respect must be earned, not stolen. If you love this story of quiet revenge, subscribe, like, and share your wildest neighbor feud in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Real Revenge Chronicles.